Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute TA for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Before we get started, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and as a thank you, I give you the next chapter of The Adventures of Rollo the Raccoon. Chapter 8. The Blessing, or Chapter 7, The Blessing of the Sage. High in a tree temple, the wise owl sage touched Rollo's head with a luminous feather. "You have the heart of a hero," the owl cooed. Runes circled in the air, and Rollo's spirit shimmered with newfound power. Alright, let's dive into the charts. Turn down this volume. We'll start here on the 90-minute. As you can see, still seeing that bearish div that we were looking at yesterday. Price action did not get any higher. Price action did not get any higher, did not invalidate that bearish div. However, we did see some sideways movement, and that did show us this bull flag. That is showing us this bull flag forming over here. And then the measured move of this bull flag would be up to about 100.6. However, with this bear div here, this bull flag, excuse me, I'm all yawns today. Sorry, but yeah, with this bear div here, this bull flag could actually play out just like this bull flag, where we also saw a bearish div. Here we saw RSI putting in lower highs, while price action put in higher highs. That's a bearish div. And that bear div did play out, and this bull flag did not. So, will that happen again? Possibly. Possibly. So watch for that divergence to play out back to the downside. Now, what happens when it plays it into the downside? It's also supported by this stoch pointing to the downside, RSI being under its signal line. However, it is still in bullish territory. So chance for move up is still there. Let's take a look at the 22. 22 might turn around here. Stochs are already down at the bottom of their oscillation. RSI finding support from the median line. Interesting. Move this up just a bit. Yeah, interesting. Let's see the 5 real quick. The 5 might get pushing it down, though. It does look like it's finding some support from its 200 moving average. So if the 5 loses that 200, it's going to continue downwards. It's in bearish territory. Stochs are pointing to the downside. See if that 200 can hold. 1 minute. This one's real noisy, but it's under the 200 again. Down in bearish territory for RSI. Stochs are down in the bottom half of their chart there. Oh, I can't stop yawning. Oh, sorry, man. I just can't stop yawning. All right, so basically, the lower time frames look like they might bounce from here, and that gives it a little bit of a chance of upside, but this bearish div here has me feeling like we're going to see the down. How far down? Well, hopefully 94 can hold, as it has been, and then we can see a bounce from 94 again. Hopefully that's what we see happen. If not, though, if 94 can't hold, then a trip back to 90 is the likely play. Let's take a look at the 6-hour chart. Oh, real quick. Here on the 6-hour, not much change, except for the Stochs being now in overbought territory, suggesting that we might see a little bit of a downside, unless they get stuck down here. Unless they get stuck down there or up there. But yeah, so if the 90-minute can turn around, find some more push up, then yeah, those Stochs will get stuck up there, and we'll likely continue seeing that push to the upside. But that push to the upside here on the 6-hour chart But yeah, if the 90-minute can keep going, then the 6 hour will keep going. If not, the 6 hours heading back down. That gives us that 94K a chance to hold its support. Oh, heck. It also correlates these Bollinger Bands. So yeah, probably find a bounce from down here near 93, 94, 93.6, 94-ish. If not, 90. And that'll start this trend towards the downside on the 6 hour chart here. And then we'd be looking for 90 to hold, otherwise our 200 to hold, otherwise our 786 to hold, otherwise this bull flag is invalidated. And we're looking at more downsides. Well, we're looking at a few other spots for a higher low, but our bull flag would be invalidated at that point. Higher low from our low here back in April near 76K. Oh man, why can't I stop yawning? But yeah, that would be the higher low we'd be looking at if that does play out. But with this bullish bull flag here, no divergences. Am I seeing any divs? Well, technically, yeah. There was technically a bearish div here, but there was also a bullish div there, so we didn't count either of those. Are we seeing any now? No, not really seeing any divergences at the moment. So yeah, just this bull flag here on the 6 hour chart. Just this bull flag there on the 6 hour chart. 90 minutes says could go either way, but I'm kind of looking more towards the downside here on the 90 minute. Probably move back to 94. If not, 90, like I said. But even then, even if it gets to 90, that would still be playing out like we project here on the daily. And yeah, let's see if it plays out there. Double bottom extension would be a 103, 104K. And our projected move plays us back up to 108, 109, 108 or 109, which would be the top of this downward trending wedge, the start of that downward trending wedge, which is usually where an upward trending wedge would take price action after a downward trending wedge turns into an upward trending wedge, which is pretty much what we're seeing now. We might want to see that higher low, as long as it's over 89 would be good. Seriously though, as long as we're over 85, we're pretty much good. If we get a little lower than that, then we are putting in a lower low than this low, but we're still putting in a higher low than this low. So the trend could still count as being reversed towards the upside as long as we stay over this 786 retracement and keep our bull flag alive as well. And the measured move of the bull flag is up to about 115. So let's see if we can get there. We got some excuse me, we really only have like two major resistance levels. These two are both kind of the same level. They're just like the all-time high, the actual all-time high, and like the spots that we hit before we hit the all-time high. So we got 90, we got the all-time high, and that's really all that's blocking us. Those are the only resistances that are stopping us from getting to about 115 on this next push. So let's see if we can get there. Yep, let's see if we can get there before we, head into the bear market cycle. If there is one, lots of people think there's going to be a super cycle, but, we've talked about this before. I don't know what's going to happen. Neither do you. So just play the probabilities, practice good risk management. And yeah, if we do see a drop, from here, usually like 80%, that would bring us back down to about 30K from the top if we go into a bear market. And then we'd see the bottom probably about a year after the top, which would be in January, maybe December. So yeah, watch for us to start going down. But right now, Oh, feeling a little more bullish than bearish just because we're back over the 200 on the daily. We're back over the 200 on the 6 hour, over the 200 on the 90. So yeah, feeling bullish. Still ready for the downside though. All right. Nothing else for you. So thank you so much for watching. Music courteously provided by Luminous, Veloa, and Sasquatch. Y'all are awesome. Keep that ish up. Much love. See you tomorrow.